Hello and welcome everyone here. We've got some CEVO main action for you coming all the way from Europe. It's going to be Orbit versus Agent here in a best of one on Overpass. And we are into that knife round. I'm Helium and with me is HuriKane.
Hello. I'm looking forward to some, amateur EU. They say it's better than the NA pros, so we'll find out.
Yeah. I don't know if we'll ever have like great empirical data for that. One can only kind of, look at EU and look at NA. I don't know if we can
I'll I'll
organize a land somehow.
I'll take all the random opinions on the forums, and just take it as fact.
That seems good. I'm sure all the anonymous 12-year-olds have their data sources. They're
No
very
doubt about it.
reliable. But we do have Orbit, who, I mean, it was kind of that up-and-coming team back when they had their older lineup. Some of those players, I mean, speaking of NA and EU, some of them have gone over to NA from EU, and now they've got a new lineup, a mixture of some French and Belgian players, and I think, actually, I don't know if he's in the game, so maybe it was just their manager or their coach was from the UK. So an all-new lineup for Orbit. And then there's Team Agent, that just seems to be a mixture of some recursive and Lions EK players.
Yeah, so it should be an interesting matchup. I'm not entirely too versed with both these teams. I know I've casted both of them. There's a lot of familiar faces with within these teams that I recognize. So I mean these are some good tier 2 teams, and when you're outside of tier 1, results can get a little shaky. Teams aren't as consistent, so it's going to really boil down, I think, to just who has the best game plan on this map. Just who's put more focus on it. That random land where they were game planning like, dude, let's just get amazing on Overpass, and that's when that type of moment's going to shine for these guys.
Yeah. I think looking at the teams, although there's definitely some unknown, my memory's not very good. Cast a lot of CS, but I do believe I cast Orbit versus one team here in CEVO main. I know for a fact that I cast. They were still recursive at the time, but more or less the same rate lineup. I think though without base, who I will call base rapper, so that I don't offend anybody. They did have Spitty, though, who was from Lions EK, so a small change. But here we go, onto that pistol round, running up out of the fountain. Both teams fighting for that mid control, but it will be Agent to take it. Crucial, though, with some big headshots there.
Oh
A
my.
third he's going to bring in with that silenced USP from those stairs, and now it's going to be up to Spitty. Oh, look at this. They did, or rather, he maybe just scooped up. Or he's got the armor and a flash. Excuse me, I think my models are backwards. I had Mike with the 5.7 and was thinking that was Spitty. That would make no sense because that is a terrorist surviving, trying to win this round. But he does have armor going for him at least.
Yeah, he does. So it's a 1-on-2. He has the bomb site. Orbit just sticking to the numbers game. They don't want to split up, give Spitty any one-on-ones. And Spitty is really clearing this out. He's actually going to find Cash there, but Cash takes him down with a headshot. Amazing play by Crucial there. They went for that early mid pick. Crucial got the initial headshot, fell back. Both of his comrades fell down, and he used those stairs to his advantage, only showing his head, and those Glocks were struggling to kill him. He was able to kill off 4 people in total that round. Unbelievable play by Crucial. And, Orbit's going to reap the benefits of this. CT side, winning pistol. You get an early start on your money, and Agent just full saving, actually. I haven't seen this in a while on the T side. They didn't even get bombed down,
Yeah.
but they're going for literally no money spent whatsoever. Their equipment value $1,000. That's because the Glock is worth 200 apiece, and they have 5. Literally nothing bought. They're all long here. One coming in from bathroom. Grenades coming in. Orbit holding it off. Ultra starting off strong here, but Orbit on the rotate, killing plenty of players. It's 3-on-2. Agent pretty decimated here. They take down everyone except Base Raper, and he wrapped, and Bomb going down. I would have liked to see Base Rapper there getting the bomb down just immediately. We saw him hesitate a little bit in
Yeah, I
that
agree.
bomb site, and we see that. I mean, this is the benefit of not buying up that second round at all. They're going to be able to buy AKs this round. If you get the bomb down that situation, all of your players in this would have an extra $800, and I mean that's smokes and flashes for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, had they stormed their way out long with nothing purchased and planted the bomb, it's essentially the same as them getting the bomb down first round, which always enables you, after a full save, to have a solid round 3. But even still, they will go for AK's armor. They've got 2 smokes, and Base will stick with the Tech 9, and he does go in for some nades. Flash, smoke, Molotov for him. And we see the terrorists moving once again, 3 people up towards long, and Orbit looks like they will be content to sit back in the A sites, playing pretty passive on both sites, really.
Yeah, they're playing super passive. I like that. I mean, you're expecting them to be ecoing again, really, and not pushing up and getting Tech 9 trained is the best way to go about it. So just playing back, using that range to your advantage. But as they weren't aware, Agent here bought up. They're all choked up here in the bathroom area. They have 2 smokes to work with. Excuse me. But one of them is actually coming out long alone, and Cash has a perfect angle on him. So there goes Neto. He doesn't have there's one of the 2 smokes they have, and now they've shown their presence at A. There's already rotate 3 players to work with. Base strafing out, getting lots of damage done to him, and a nade coming in. Ooh, bringing him down to 6. But Spitty working up, gets that headshot on the Mon. Ultra gets a shot on a Crucial, and then Spitty just turns around and kills Striker. Striker failing there, and oh my goodness, Mike S on that rotate gets dominated by Base. They pick up guns, and Agent, great gamble by here, 4-on-1.
Yeah, and it works out for them. Orbit, too, it's not like they were keeping any submachine guns. We saw them with a ton of MP9s in that last round that they cleaned up. They got their $600 worth from those kills. They go into rifles. I believe it was 3 M4s and 2 FAMAS, but they weren't able to hold on, and that is kind of the power of that 3rd round rifle coming out from terrorists. Even without the nades, those AKs that they purchased that are generally can overpower the CTs, and playing super defensive. Orbit not quite able to hold on to the site, but Kaj's King will be able to save at least 1 AK, but the rest of his comrades are extremely broke.
Yeah, we saw Orbit, instead of usually going for that, you see a lot of teams SMG buying that on their anti-ecos, excuse me. Orbit actually going for rifles, and they're kind of paying the price of how much money they have to work with, but we actually see them buying up. Looks like it was just enough that Kaj saved his AK, that they're going to go for it. Kaj actually pushing up all the way through middle, trying to see if he can catch anyone trying to cross into playground, but not so much luck for him. Wasn't able to find anyone, so he's going to back off, and actually Agent doing a complete reroute, coming back to mid a little bit late to stop that action. So I like it. I like what we're seeing. Agent is definitely communicating. They're definitely reacting and showing that they're willing to adapt to what they see from Orbit, which is a good sign for some high-level Counter-Strike.
Oh, this boost, though, over here at B, Mike S looking over the wall with that 5-7. You got the 5-7 and the Deagle playing there in the B site, along with one person that has a rifle that was posted up in barrels. Let's see. No op for these long angles. Some damage, though, exchanged here at long A. Kaj's King. He's going to peek out. Finds 1. Might not realize that a few are already a little bit closer than that. And here they come, 3 people up long. No, they actually are going to reroute towards the bathroom, only keeping 1 at long to try to put the bulk of their forces. Oh, it's a fake completely. It's working very, very well. 4 people up here in the A site for the CTs, and they still don't know what's going on. They see Spitty, so they're completely biting on this, and it's just going to be up to Crucial. He'll get 1. Oh, almost got a second. Thinking back to that pistol round where he brought down 4. But what a beautiful strat there from Agent.
Yeah, great job by them to, really sell that fake. There's plenty of audio cues for them. And oh man, Base in a pretty tough spot here. 1-on-3, 5 seconds left on the clock. Mike is coming up short. There's no way he's going to win this round. Kills Mike, but both of these Orb players are super low. Let's see if one of them exposes. Yes, they do, and Base gets that kill. Pretty lucky round by Orbit that they weren't able to get that kill. I thought Crucial did a great job there, breaking down the angles. Got basically 1.5 kills there. Really delaying the plant, allowing his teammates who, just realized that the fake was happening to get them back into the rotation, looking at the site and preventing that bomb plant. So Orbit fights back into this match. They answer back, but we see Agent here still willing to buy. They've taken stairs very quickly. The rest of them are taking long, and Party, they've spotted Mon in the bathrooms, and he's going to get converged on pretty quick here. He needs help from his teammates. Takes down 1, but there's a 3-man flank right behind him. They doesn't even know, so Sif gets an easy kill. Striker on the rotate, trying to pick up a kill, but Neto gets the best of him, so Crucial, we see him running up, Mike S as well. They're going to leave Cash at B. He's actually just pushing through short, so they know that it's a full A take.
Yep, Cific's going to bring it down a Crucial. Ultra finds Mike, and that will open up that A site. Cash's King, as we said, on the flank, lurking around. He's just going to fall back and try to save that AK. It's been a lot of people saving guns on almost every round. Well, the last couple, we had a CT save on round 3, then we had a terrorist there save on round 4. Well, only 2 people alive at the end of round 4, 1 per team. Lucky, though, that the terrorist did live, because that let them have another AK on this round. Otherwise, he would have been, I think it would have been $1,300 he would have been stuck with. No money at that point for a terrorist. But bomb to explode here. Hiding behind the rocks. Cash's King will find one. He brings down Neto. And at least they know where he is. But they're kind of far from him. Maybe he'll run into Spitty, but I don't think there's enough time. Yeah, not at all.
He's in a good spot to save here. Great job just using the map awareness to your advantage. Hiding behind that pillar, waiting for a player to fall back, and then, you know, getting that kill. Saves the gun in the process, and he can make an impact on this round, most definitely. He just needs to position himself right and have some luck on his end to see if the Agent goes towards him. Agent on the full buy, full nade set. They're looking pretty on T-side overpass so far. They've won 2 of the last 3. Really messing with the money on Orbit, and they're all in the situation. They bought up. They're going very aggressive middle. They have 3 players around that fountain area, so now they're going down to the stairs. Agent is taking short B, and there's a 3-person flank from Orbit. Neto's just delaying them as much as they could, but he goes down, so that's another gun in the hands of Orbit. They're going to come through short, and this should be an interesting little afterplan scenario.
Yeah, 4-on-4, both Sif for Agent, Mike for Orbit. They are very, very low. Cash's King moving in. He's going to bring down Sif. Pop flash in. Didn't quite expect Ultra to be there, but doesn't matter. He still gets that kill. Now Bay is going to intercept Manu as he's trying to rotate down from the site. He'll be the last one, though, in a 1-on-3. The Molotov might just be perfect. Oh, the smoke was even better, though.
Oh, man.
Immediately extinguishing those flames, and the defuse will come in. Orbit with 3 people to survive is good. They will profit off that victory as a result.
Yeah, they will. Great round by Orbit. That just taking over middle and stairs is just so powerful. Agent needed to be a little bit more aware of you know, probably what was going on. They were very heavy stacked towards B. Only 1 player towards the stairs, and he got crushed by just the sheer aggression by Orbit in there. Not able to pick up a single kill, and then giving another rifle in their hands, you know, really made the difference there. So we see Agent buying up again, kind of similar style as we saw Orbit do last round. Tech 9s at hand, a few AKs, and ooh, they catch Mon jumping up. He had a scout trying to do some cheeky little jumping scout action and just gets capped right in the head. Agent have control of middle and long A. And Orbit is just kind of on the they're playing on the reactive side. They're rotating in from B side. There's only 1 player for them at A at the moment, but they do have control of stairs, and Striker is ready to come up as soon as Agent makes a single, you know, bit of information that they're gonna hit that A site. So you better believe Striker gonna come on the flank and look for him to get some kills if that's the case.
Agent is going to think that they thoroughly checked that as well. They were in party, kind of jumping around, and Striker actually, nicely done. The ball doesn't come in fast enough for Spitty to turn around. He gets them both at the nice headshot, turns around, gets the player out of your construction as well. So a massive 3K for Striker, as he was right in between those terrorist forces. Although here is Cifix making a bit of a play down to 1 HP. The rotation is very fast. I mean, ideally you can try to plant the bomb here, or looks like he wants to try to fight. He's got 15 seconds, and maybe going to try to fake them out, split them up. Oh, but now that smoke will give it away. Flash to bang to go out, and oh, wow. He was exposed out there trying to plant. So they'll bring him down. And another round for Orbit. That will make 2 in a row there.
Yeah, really, he was ultra cautious about the stairs flank. That's after Striker got those 2 easy kills from playing there. So it delayed him from that bomb plant. Did a little fake plant on the 2-on-1, but good job by Orbit sticking together in that situation. Basically, you know, when you're in these tough situations, after the initial 5-man set, you always want to be grouped up together because trading is a very key mechanic in Counter-Strike. It's basically, to use an analogy with a real sport in basketball, I would put it as much as importance of a mechanic as dribbling. You know, it needs to be done. It makes the most sense. So we see Agent just all grouped up, trying to go for a quick A here, but Orbit just superior firepower in that scenario. Rifles all on the board for them, easy kills for him. Only one player going down. Now we see Agent on the buy up. It's a full gun round. Let's see where they go with this.
Yeah. I think the only problem with that analogy is that dribbling is really easy. And trading, especially
Honestly,
against players that are really good, can be pretty difficult sometimes.
yeah, well, I don't know. There's more analogies we can make for basketball, but we'll get away from that. We're a
You
bunch
gotta
of nerds.
keep it in the back of your head. Like, you always gotta get the trades, especially on that T side. It is so important because terrorists are always gonna be favored when the map has thinned out to even numbers, 4-on-4, 3-on-3, etc. Overpass may be a slight exception to that, just because the counter terrorist rotate is so fast that you could, in a 3-on-3, just stack one site and then still rotate, in 3 seconds to get up to the other one. But
Yeah, you're right, but when the bomb goes down, the roles are reversed. Basically, the
yeah,
defense becomes the offense. So in that situation that I brought up, it was because the CTs were on the afterplant scenario. But we'll get away from that. It's just teaching some of these young bloods the game a little bit. Crucial, nice angle, takes down Ultra as he's trying to smoke it off for his teammate. It looks like Agent just very split up here at the moment. I'm not entirely sure what they're trying to work here. Spitty is all the way choked up, and there's not even a teammate near him. Crucial gets an easy kill on him, basically just doing the same stuff, taking a tight angle, and Agent is just walking right into it. So they're looking for more. Striker playing the bathrooms. Oh my god, what a round! 3 headshots, just 3 isolation plays for him. Amazing, amazing play there by Striker. And I bet that's insanely disheartening from Agent. They look very, very out of their heads when it comes to their offense. Not a lot of logic behind the strategy. Looks like they're just walking around trying to see if they can get a pick and go with it. And they ran into Crucial's op, completely thwarting what they had in mind. And Orbit continues to just keep this rolling.
so far both Striker and Crucial are grabbing some material for their frag videos, because they've had some incredible rounds, and actually 2 Molotov kills coming in from Kaj's King as the terrorists try to force their way in through that main drain to the B site, and while spamming into the smoke, Manu from up above will bring him down, but there was just a full eco round there for Agent, and now they're going to be back up to the big boy guns. Everyone at about 6k, which is really nice. That's AK armor, full grenades, even Molotovs if you want them here for the terrorists. They did get those 2 one-off rounds, but they're going to need a little more than that. They'd probably like to see themselves at least able to work with 5 rounds moving over to the CT side.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And just look at how the rounds have been played out. They've only gotten the bomb down 3 times out of the 11 rounds so far. So you can definitely see the economic hit that's caused so far. Agent playing pretty close to the B site. They got short B control. They take down Kaj in effect, and I think they're just rolling with that opening, and they're trying to go, but lots of counter grenades on the Orbit side as they've just stacked so much money. Crucial peeking down long B, takes down base, looks at short, takes down Neto, looks at long, takes down Spitty, and now it's up to Scythe, and he just aces them. Headshot right on the Sif, and oh my goodness, Orbit is cruising.
There you go. Just one more clip for Crucial's frag video, because he had the 4K on pistol. It gets the op ace there. Striker had a couple 3Ks. That one that he had earlier coming from the stairs where he had the flank, immediately turns around and gets the guy that was then pushing him. And then the one we just saw the previous round from Striker. So they've definitely got some crazy aiming talent over here from Orbit. They seem to be, well, I don't know. We'll see how the communication is. It's easier to get an idea of that when you flip over to the T side for a team. The CT side is generally a little bit easier to play, just because it can come down to how well you're aiming on the defense. But here we're going to another round, round 12. AKs across the board with some nades for Agent. And the opening pick as well.
Yeah, Neto doing great, but Striker is boosted up in the bathroom, picks up one, spraying base,
Touchdown.
almost takes down, 7 HP, and then Manu follows that up like Manu Ginobili. Another basketball reference.
Nice.
gets that. Mike S gets a headshot on the Neto, but Agent have control of A. They're crucial on the rotate from CT spawn, flashes up, comes up the stairs. Mike S waiting for his teammate. There we go. They're grouped up in middle. Here's the trading scenario that we're talking about. You want to be grouped up, so here they go, retaking together. I actually see some pretty good play from Ultra, hearing all those sound cues, pushing up into the bank. And it looks like they're just kind of doing some cheeky boost, actually, to look over the fence. They don't see anyone in the site. It's definitely planted. Oh my god!
Wow.
Just no scope right up in. And but Sif is in a great spot, picks up both.
Wow.
Just superior
Last
after
bullet.
positioning. Yeah, unbelievable. That crucial. Oh my god. These Orbit players, they already have everything going for them because they're on the stronger side of the map. Their rotates are looking good, but then they're also stepping up individually, and I think that's just been the huge difference here in this map so far. You know, they've come here to play, everyone hitting their shots, and Agent is not playing any sort of advanced offense here. So it's not like, you know, it's basically a game of who's going to be the more individual talented team. We see them coming up short B again. They catch a Cage off guard there. Pop flash coming in. Oh man, Mike has got all of them there, but Sif gets that trade. Crucial up top, gets a trade of his own. And now he backs off a little bit, waiting for the rotate a little bit. He's looking for someone to peek that left side of the site. No one's coming there. Neto picks up one in the graffiti area and pushing up. Base covering the flank, picks up Manu on there. Crucial gets this pick on the site. So this is a 1-on-2 after plant situation for Agent. Is Neto pushed up into the graffiti area, base all the way along. Almost impossible for Crucial here. He throws down a smoke, sees that push, makes space to push up long, and it is doing it, but he's walking and he just has the mistiming. He's looking for that defuse. Oh, picks up one, but Neto at graffiti, that's just too hard to predict if you're Crucial. That's a great afterplant position. He did a good job just analyzing where the positioning of Orbit was, and you know, just taking the open real estate in front of him, and it's a little just bit off angle, and he wasn't even expecting it.
And still, they're going to be able to buy here, Orbit, even losing 2 rounds in a row. The last round was basically completely fueled by Crucial because they lost and he still had 16K, which is the max money that you can accrue in CS. So he dropped his entire team, and then with that, they still had enough money to get a pretty solid round. Skipping on the head armor was Manu, gets a scout headshot. Base gets Striker down there in the stairs. And there it is, a 4-on-4. Bomb, though, still kind of far down. And, well, they have to go get it. They might go through the stairwell, and you see Cash is King with a nice cheeky boost. And this will probably... Oh, no, he had looked away. I think he was looking down the hallway, and Base just catches him unaware. It's supposed to be the other way around.
Yeah, just a little bit bad awareness by Orbit. Needs to be communicated that they're not looking at stairs. He needs to be, you know, aware that he's over there. But we see Manu trying to make plays here. Gets one, Crucial gets another. These snipers have been on point for Orbit so far this round. Getting a bunch of kills. Ultra finally takes down the op of Crucial. He's been so crucial to the team. And we see Mike S.
Man.
Yep, Mike S coming in from spawn, coming up the stairs. Nice pop flash, catches him. Ultra kills the blind man by the truck. Agent fighting back. Orbit looked like they're gonna run away with this match,
Yeah,
but Agent getting 3 rounds in a row. I think they have a good understanding of where they were lacking. I think they needed to stick to their aggressive stuff. They seemed like they receded right around the halfway mark of this half, where they were just walking into op angles and scout angles, and that's just too easy of kills for Orbit. Agent sticking to their you know, their play style, very aggressive, just staying grouped up together, and they're doing the same stuff here. They're grouped up at long. Mike S throwing a smoke, thinking it's too much cover because they just walked right through that bad boy. Cage in pit, actually has another teammate in pit with him. It's Crucial, and both of them go down. Agent have the bomb site now, fully, 5 players alive, 2 players left for Orbit. This is going to be 4 rounds in a row for Agent unless Orbit can pull off some amazing stuff here. And it's starting to happen here. Manu picks up 1 kill onto Agent, but Ultra answers right back. Striker is up top in the head, into that balcony area, and too many angles to clear. And he just flies back like he was in an ejector seat.
Seriously.
So... Agent doing a great job there. Oh man, I thought that they were going to be getting crushed this match just by how Orbit was playing, and that's not the case.
Also, Orbit on the CT side, they won so many rounds in a row, and you always talk about, yeah, you're on the CT side on a map like Overpass, which is going to be pretty CT sided. You get that economy up, and you can see how hard Agent had to work, right? They had to win 3 rifle rounds in a row to disrupt the economy of Orbit, which they finally did. That last round was very force buying or forceful there for Orbit, just a couple pistols, armor, and I think maybe a scout mixed in there. But they get 4 in a row. Agent adapted. Their T side, it did look a little flat, except I like that first fake that we saw. That one was pretty cool. It even sold me for a while, and I can look at everything. But the rotation and the retake was too fast. But here we go, flipping things around. Only 3 rounds separate them, and well, really, when you start that pistol, you always have sort of those 3 rounds up for grabs in the back of your mind. Both teams would love to take them.
Absolutely. So let's take a look at the positioning by Agent. Only putting 2 players towards B, pretty interesting. They're very focused on the middle stairs area, but Orbit seems like they're just not interested in that. They actually have 3 players down the ladder here. They pop flash short, and both these players for Agent are blind, but Sif still able to pick up 2. Can they find more? Striker fighting around. He's trying to get that knife kill. Mike S backs up. Neto alone now in short, gets killed. There's 2 Agent players holding the stairs area. And Ultra showing where he is. He flashed over, so I think we'll see Crucial kind of waiting for him, at least aware of it. Yeah, he's looking around, but he's Ultra's gonna play super passive in Graffiti, all the way choked up in that back corner. I like that positioning. Don't have to be too aggressive. Just contain the terrorists. And we see Agent have a nice little crossfire here around the door area. They're just going to try to find what they can. Orbit here needs to group up. I'd like to see one player just jump through this door, see what he can do. And they do that. They look for him, find base, but Spitty's all the way towards the back. Great positioning by him. You could definitely tell that crossfire was thought out. You know, it's a very dynamic situation. That's kind of the fun parts about Counter-Strike. How many times do you see the bomb down? You have 2 players in a position. You kind of have to come up with a setup on the fly. Spitty goes all the way in the back, so he has a long range advantage with that USP, because you know that the terrorists are going to be using Glocks, and then you have a player up close to just call it when you need to strafe out from that area, and it just worked out beautifully for them. Agent answered the call here on pistol.
I was worried though that, you know, maybe because there was 3 areas where terrorists could go through, but I guess only 2 terrorists really in the end. But you know, people were turning. The player in the long hall was checking the ladder. The player in the stairs was looking up the stairs, and the other one wasn't really even with his team. And I feel like sometimes when you want to watch the bomb and it's just in a hard position to hold, sometimes you can just lose the round as a CT when maybe you should just back off and then, you know, defend one site, retake the other. But it doesn't matter. They are able to get it. We'll see Orbit forcing up Tech 9s, armor, P250 on one guy, and, well, nice mixture. 2 MP7s and a couple rifles here for Agent.
Yeah, and they're grouped up here in the bathroom. Pop flash coming in. Ultra is at the bomb site trying to do what he can, but smokes are blocking off a lot of his stuff, and he's a little bit half-line there. Spitty coming in on the rotate, getting a kill on the Striker. Cash kills Ultra. Spitty with another one on Cash, and Crucial answers back finally. Now Crucial actually picks up an M4. Base is running around, but Crucial just gives up, basically, going through that smoke. I think that was a little bit of a ballsy play. Sif strafes out, kills Mike S, just trying to hold long there, and this will be an easy defuse for Agent. I thought Orbit was in a great situation there. They got into the site. I think they only dropped 2 players initially before they got that bomb down. So that was a 3-on-3 with the CTs retaking, and Crucial, I thought, was the magic man there. He got a kill. He got that M4 in his hands, even up the weaponry. He just needed to sit tight, make them push through those smokes, but instead just gave up his strategical advantage and pushed through the smoke, giving an easy kill to Agent on that retake. And Agents continue to cruise. Looks like we see a very heavy save from Orbit. Looks like they're going to go all long, so look for Neto and Sif really to come up big in this round.
Yep, here we go. They're going fast up towards that sandbags. They will get 1 for 1 there, but then Spitty and Sif. Mike S will find Sifix, but still, all by himself. They weren't able to get too much done. They did get into the site, but not able to get the bomb down. Either way, the first rifle round will come here in the standard time. Round 19. Agent, they've got to feel great. You have that 9.6 half, you get the pistols, and just like that, you're tied up. And now you got a true test of skill here, a rifle round to take the lead.
Yeah, so let's see what they do with it. We have Crucial buying up an op. Let's see the positioning of both teams. Agent already just content with doing a head stack that you see from Bathroom. It's very common now. Orbit taking over middle fountain area, only one player towards B, so we might see Spitty running in the striker here in just a second. He's going to go right side angle, actually pre-aims it, but Spitty wins that fight. Great job, Agent, open up this round.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised. I mean, generally when that gets pre-aimed, there's no hope, especially when it's the terrorist with an AK. They can just pop you so quick. So a good ability to get one, and actually Ultra falling off of the bathrooms will find another. He's kind of stuck in an odd situation. Actually, Base is just going to push up and get aggressive here. And does almost find two, but actually at the end of the day gets none of them. He lit up Crucial down to 10 HP, and that could be big. Crucial, though, does still have an op, and sometimes it doesn't matter how low you are, you're hitting that first shot with an op.
Yeah, Mike S getting an exchange with Neto there. Neto tried to go a little bit of a walk, do a little bit of a walk flank from the stairs, and Mike looked just right at the right time. But Neto did dink Mike, so he's down to 9 HP. Crucial is at 10, and Kaj at 69. So we see a 3-on-3 on the CTs. They're very spread out. I mean, for the most part, they have a good read that they're coming A. So they do. Agent do have two players there. So we see it getting telecast a little bit. Smokes are coming over, flashes coming in. They're going to try to get a bomb plant as smooth as they can. And
Wow.
it's a smooth headshot onto Ultra. He's going to be able to get the bomb down. Neto on the flank from the stairs. Gets an easy kill onto Mike, but he's brought down to 13 HP. Crucial playing a very tight angle, but Cash takes down the flank. We see Sif trying to find Cash through that smoke, and Cash answers right back. Cash came up huge that round. 4 kills. 2 of the 3 kills in the or was it all 3 on that 3-on-3? I lost track, but anyway, just great job by Orbit there. They got tons of early damage. CT's definitely won in that aspect, but they came down to Orbit grouping up, doing what they could, scrapped together the grenades they had left, and had a good enough A take, and it worked out for them, bombed down and everything. So we see them with rifles, but Agent on the save because how expensive it is on the CTs. So they see Orbit working these playground area, but it's a trap actually by the CTs. There's plenty of players over there. There's still one more player to deal with. It's Manu, able to take down one. Spitty trades right back, 2-on-3. Crucial knows exactly where Spitty is, has him cornered, and he has the bomb down, so he's just strafing around, see what he can do. Spitty finally getting shot at, and Crucial finds the angle, while Striker was giving him plenty of suppression fire. So we see we see all 3 players grouped up towards long. Ultra is at the stairs just hiding. So he's probably going to wait for Orbit to just think that the area is clear, pick up a rifle, probably save it, or maybe if he's feeling froggy, go for it.
Yeah, I can maybe try for an exit. Let's see. That's only... Well, this will actually be 2 losses in a row, so yeah, they'll have enough money to buy with 2 players. I mean, one. Spitty's got 6.3K, Base at 4K. The other ones will have to scrounge a little bit as they're in about the 2000s area. Let's see what Ultra is up to right now. He did pick up that AK, but might get caught on the reload. It does, but still is able to bring that shot home onto Striker. That'll give the information that Ultra is out and about, and of course he's got an AK in his hands. He's actually still moving up. No, okay, there he just retreats. I mean, no kit. It would have been a very hard and more likely than not impossible retake, and he'll move away. And it looks like he's getting far enough that he will be able to preserve that gun.
Yeah, so good job by Ultra, especially getting that kill towards the end there. Saves his rifle, and Crucial needs to get away here. He's got an op. He's pretty close to the bomb. Gets away just in time. Only 40 damage to him. Orbit doing well here on T side, answering the call. Looked like Agent just started off well on that pistol, won those anti-ecos, and then once Orbit got the rifles, they've found some sort of momentum here. They have a pretty nice little progression through middle when they want to take over that part of the map, and Crucial has just been on point this whole game. 27 kills, just absolutely monster. He averaged 160 damage around that last half. It's unbelievable. So he looks long. Ooh, misses his shot, which is very rare. And Neto gets out unscathed. So we see some early information for Agent. They know that Crucial's there with an op. And let's take a look at the positioning of the other CTs. They actually have a long setup at A little bit of a trap where one player holds a tight angle towards the bathroom and the other one's hiding behind the tree. So you can see him getting caught. You can see him getting caught if Orbit goes that way, but Orbit's not. Let's take a look at their positioning. They're all over the ladder area and or excuse me, the stairs area in long B. So looks like they're gonna definitely hit B if they're telecasting anything with their positioning. And Agent is very keen on it. They've pushed through long. They've cleared out middle and the fountain area. So they're gonna be very focused. It's gonna be a quick flank. It's gonna be hard here. And Ultra starting things off right, picking up Crucial. That's a crucial kill.
Yeah, that's got to feel good. As on as Crucial has been for Ultra to win that sniper battle, that's going to be good. Cific's also going to bring down Cash as King as Orbit trying to move into the B site. Now 2 on 5 here. Mike will get 1 at barrels. 2 on 4, and Manu opening up the site even further. Brings Ultra down, who's playing in water. Cific's up here, though, at the top of the T. And Baze, prior to that, will clean up the terrorist forces. And Agent will get themselves another round. That's also going to be the first rifle that they find for themselves, keeping it within 1 here.
So great job by Agent there. I mean, that's the kind of benefit you get when you play a little bit risky on the CT side. If they don't go that way, you get very early information and you can break down their setup. Orbit just wasn't fanned out enough to stop that aggression, deny that early information, and they utilize the information to the best of their ability. So we see Orbit on a little bit of save here. They do have an op still in Crucial's hands, but everyone else has pistols. They're just moving around really quick, hoping that they can help Orbit Crucial get a kill. Striker moving a little bit too quickly, in my opinion, trying to go up into the site, giving an easy kill. Manu as well. Now Crucial in a tough spot. He'll pick up 1, but Base gets the trade on him. So that's the op down for Orbit. That's pretty much 75% of their equipment value. Ooh, Cash gets a 1D onto the bathroom player and Base. So now it's Mike S, Cash working. There's 2 guns down. Both of these terrorists have only pistols. Now Cash finally picks up 1. Where's Mike S? He's kind of just walking around. He's working his way to stairs. And oh man, Cash kills Ultra without even taking a single point of damage. So this is a 2-on-2. Mike's gonna pick up a rifle, and this is anyone's round now.
Yeah, and actually, Cash's King still has grenades. There's a smoke on Mike S as well. Cific's also full nades and does have a kit, which might be the determining factor on this round. 25 seconds remaining. Terrorists walking their way back towards that A site. The defender there is Cific's up in bank, and Neto will be on somewhat of a fast flank in those. He's in the stairs, and yeah, he is going back up towards middle. The smokes, the information is coming out. They know what's happening. Cific's sitting tight, and Neto here on the flank. Oh, he's going to be spotted first. And I was going to say it could be problematic, but he finds actually the long-range kill first. Now Mike pushing out will get his. So he's staying alive. He's in a great post-plant situation here. The bomb's so easy to defend for the terrorists on overpass, but not when you don't know the person's defusing it and they're inside of a smoke. Cific's will take that round away from them. Mike, though, at least he can take an M4 out of it and into this next round, where they will probably be Tech 9 armoring again behind Mike's 1 rifle.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there
when
it came to that one-on-one. I mean, I heard the smoke clear as day. Maybe someone was yelling on his VoIP client or something, because he clearly threw the smoke down. You got to assume that, you know, they're just going to stick that. It's such a common play, especially on this map. But hindsight's 2020. It's 11-11. Striker starting off huge here. Getting that headshot on the SIF. And we see Orbit very grouped up towards long B. There's all 4 players for them. One straggler on an island by himself who is at cycling around. It's Mike. He's looking around. He's actually getting a buddy to come with him. And now we see Spitty pushing through long, trying to get that early information. And Orbit looking for him. Brings him down to 13. Strafes out, trying to find Striker, but Orbit is
going to help him, though. And he's going to catch 2 people completely unaware. And it gets out with full HP, or does he? Manu is going to peek it and bring him down before Base can get into those bathrooms. So 3-on-3 situation. Spitty pretty low for the side of Agent. Manu there at 46 for Orbit. Everyone else at 100. And there, Manu actually finds the kill. So 3-on-2, man advantage for Orbit.
So what do they do from here? They have middle control. They have Crucial all the way towards long B. So either they're going to go A, have Crucial flank, or they should just group up with Crucial and you know, play the numbers game here. Have 3 players toward B. And looks like it's going to be exactly that. Cash going through stairs. The other teammate, Manu, grouping up with them at long. And let's see how they're playing B. They're literally not playing B. Ultra is in the bathroom. We have Neto playing in the site at A. So it looks like it's going to be Orbit. Yep, clearing it out. They've found out there's plenty of audio cues for Agent to realize that, hey, they're at the other bomb site. So we see Neto up top, seeing if he can get some early information as where they're at. He finds Manu and gets that kill. Doesn't spot anyone else. He's going to jump in this pit. Ultra has a little bit of a battle with Cash here, trying to look for something. They're bringing each other down to pretty low HP, utilizing the angles very well. Ultra going up the stairs, using some Art of War stuff, getting the superior angle above, and then Neto just takes out the last guy in sight and gets an easy defuse. I really think Orbit dropped the ball there, fanning out so much, allowing Agent to get a bunch of one-on-ones. They should have just basically focused on one guy at a time, but you know that's something that they can work on. They need to get better after plant positioning.
They should have boosted a player. Have you seen any of those terrorist teams that take B then boost a player up into the window, and you just kind of sit there on the ledge? It's pretty sick.
No, but that is a good play. I like that.
They might have had time for it, right? Because they got there and
Yeah.
you know they knew that it was completely clear. I guess that would, you know, if someone was hiding out there in that main drain or further past the barrels, whatever you want to call that, on that little incline that you can kind of crawl up. But here we go, 5-on-5, Orbit. They had the bomb down, so good money coming into them, and actually they have now lost 3 in a row, so they have a pretty big losing bonus coming in. So AK is a couple nades, Mike's still on the Tech 9. But you know that is still very dangerous for the CTs, who actually aren't opping. We've seen Ultra have the op that he's more or less just picked up from Crucial, and he's been very good with it, but still not quite going for it. I think the rounds have been, yeah, they've been very costly. The CT economy is definitely not stable right now. 1 loss, and they're right back to a save.
Yeah, definitely. Just so expensive on CT. So we see them not doing a lot very well on the economy, but in this round they're doing great. They start off with 2 kills, and Orbit 3-on-5. Bomb is down outside of B. They're very split up here. Looks like this is just like a throwaway round for Orbit. They don't seem to know really what they even want to do. Lack of communication. Mike S just in the bathrooms with the Tech 9, hoping a CT pushes up to him. Now he's strafing out into the site, seeing what he can do, finding who he can in base, just takes him down. So it looks like he was just a distraction while the rest of his teammates take B, and they do just that. They kill Neto. He's trying to get Bomb into the site, but there's just too many players. Striker picks up 1, and Ultra answers back. An Agent cruising along, 4 in a row.
Yeah, and I mean, they are on the slightly easier side here. Actually struggled to start this game off, but really found their stride at the end of that first half where they adapted their T side. They had to win 3 rifle rounds in a row. Got the last one as well because you had Orbit on a force buy. Then they start off the next half really hot, getting the pistol rounds. Orbit's like, nah, never mind. Like, we decided we were going to win. They got 2 in a row, but then since then, Agent, although they have been very, very close rounds up until, I guess, that last one, round 24, are still trucking along and now only 3 away from winning this map here. Overpassing. Remind the viewers, this is CEVO-M. These are just best of ones. Both of these teams, I believe, have very similar records. They are doing well, as you might expect. They barely missed out on making the cut to the pro division for Europe, so top of the food chain here in Maine. But 3-on-3, going for the retake now is Agent. Orbit in some pretty good post-plant positions, especially Striker. And he stepped up really big earlier on, and there he will bring down Neto.
A great angle from him, and we can just utilize that crouch mechanic, and he picks up a 4K. Yeah, Striker just coming up huge for Orbit when they need it most. So they answer back, and now we see that economy coming into effect, just like you foreshadowed, that the CTs are definitely going to have to save this round. P250's out from everybody. Let's see if they do anything special with it. I'd like to see them all group up and push somewhere together instead of playing the silly standard setup, and looks like it's going to be a silly standard setup. They're very split up here. One player pushing long, base pushing short, Sif with the guy short. He's going actually into the stairs, but we see Orbit taking over middle very quickly. They just capped Ultra right in the face. So let's see if they think that there's another guy on the left. They actually nade towards that, and another pale smoke. Manu picks up the kill onto base. So we see Orbit very established in mid, and they can go anywhere from here.
Indeed, the power of mid control on essentially every single map. Kind of except for Train, right? Middle is not really middle on that map.
That's not a real Counter-Strike map. I don't think that should be in the pool. It's a terrible map, man.
Dude, I've been watching so many 1.6 videos and Train. Oh my god, it was so amazing.
No, it
And
wasn't.
now you didn't even like Train back then either. Oh, so you're just a Train
No,
hater. So you're just one of those
I've
people that
lost
always hated it.
I've lost 80% of my like very crucial matches in my playing career on train. I absolutely hate
Ah,
the map.
so you're jaded.
it, I'm jaded because of seeding and that I have to start at the T side in almost all of those scenarios. And it
Yeah. Oh
just
yeah, that
doesn't
is
make
how it
sense to
used to
me.
be back then. I guess it still
Mhm.
is, but we just term it as home in a way now.
Right. Yeah,
All right.
they just need to blow up that map, in my opinion.
I
I mean,
mean,
I
that's
like the
the goal of the
changes
T side. What are you complaining about? They're putting you in a position to just blow
I
up
mean,
Train.
literally blow up like the design of it.
Yeah, which I mean, that I think that fuels my point. Still, it's different. It's kind of unique as far as the maps go.
hmm Unique for
Uh,
crushing people's dreams.
yeah, pretty much. Trying to think, what are the maps that we lost back in the day a really tough match on Mill. Although I still do really like Mill.
Yeah, I like Mill and Tuscan a lot. I think it gives the terrorists like a lot of room to move around and stuff. But I mean, I just think how that map train is designed, it doesn't give the terrorists enough to really work with. They opened up like two windows basically on
Yeah,
it,
they
so
help.
you can flash through. Yeah, definitely. You can have a little bit more angles to throw flashes and smokes from.
Or throw
But
fakes.
there needs to be like a train that like is on its side or something that gives like terrorists cover to run out middle or something like that. You know?
Like ladder train.
Yeah, exactly.
That
Like
is no longer there.
if there was like a Scud missile that hit the train on the side, so it's just like blown up, and like you can go inside it and peek through the windows, or just use it for cover, something like that. But
Well,
we'll get away from the train talk because we're on overpass right now. Agent
actually brought it
coming up.
back.
Yeah, they got an early kill here, and ooh, base is just flanking everyone on orbit. They're all gravitated towards this A. Look for him to get some flank kills here.
Molotov clearing out the left side of the site. That will didn't really force Ultra, I don't think, too much to peek, but he'll go for it anyways. And Striker will gun him down. Still, it's a 4-on-3 for Agent. This is coming after 2 rounds in a row now for Orbit. That tied it up. But Base getting another kill now. 4-on-2. It's gonna be very tough. Manu has also been spotted. They've got no idea where the bomb and Crucial are though, and he's working out towards B. And actually, Manu, I think, is going to attempt to get back with them, but yeah, Neto is just right there.
So crucial, 1-on-4. He's got his trusty op with him, so I think anything is possible for this guy. He actually has a full B bomb site completely open. So let's see if he takes his time to clear it out. He's gonna clear out this pit, and yeah, he realizes it's open. So he needs to get this bomb down. I'd like to see him push up to graffiti if he could, but he doesn't plan for that. He's probably just gonna go short. Play the standard angle. Neto showing his position by throwing a nade. Oh, straight out and digs him through the wall. Yeah, not a lot of damage there. Goes for that shot. Spitty on the rotate. Gets an easy kill on a dink Crucial. They pick up his op to boot as well. And then Agent winning a very, very key round here. Going up with the lead. 14 points for him. Only 2 more rounds to play. Excuse me, 3 more rounds to play. And we see Orbit, very, very dire economic situation, but actually the CTs are in a pretty bad spot themselves. If we see Orbit win this next round, it could be anyone's game. Agent will be on a save. We'll probably see overtime, but if Agent wins this round, it's probably going to be an Orbit saving and then playing for the tie.
All right. Striker in the back of those long hauls. He was waiting for that CT push, and he got it, but he did not quite land the kill there onto Spitty. So CT is kind of controlling that key area of the map here. That's like the quickest. Oh, wow. Striker gets within the smoke. Well, I was going to say the quickest way for the terrorists to rotate around. So controlling that piece of the map is very important, and they will actually get it back.
Yeah, it looks like they're just conceding it after, you know, going down a number. Spitty going down is going to be key, and they just don't have the manpower now to hold that area. So Orbit have it, and they have bathroom control. They're very fanned out though. There's 2 players grouped up, pretty much 3 grouped up at the bathroom. We have 1 at the ladder and 1 at long B here. So it looks like Mike S just throwing stuff at long B, threw a flashbang. He's going to get out there. So I'm going to believe that they're going to group up, hit A together. But there is 3 CTs here. Or excuse me, 2. But Sif is playing upper B, and he's going to be such a quick rotate. So it's basically 3.
Yeah, essentially. The only thing that can stop that rotate, obviously, is you got some set smokes for bank and stairs. Then it's not an easy rotation. You kind of just got to push through while you hear bullets on the other side. And, you know, if you're me, those just always catch you in the face. But 5 on 4, they will go for that A take. They've got it. They fall back to their post-plant positions outside of the bomb site. I mean, the bomb site is really like a buffer zone on overpass. You plant, the CTs come up the stairs, and then the terrorists are planted in the bathrooms. Cash is king here around that GSG-9 van. He will catch out Sifix. Saw the barrel come through the edge of the smoke. Gonna get a nice kill there. Crucial. Gonna keep him alive even further. And Ultra there is actually opping. Pulls out the USP to bring down 1, but is cleaned up immediately. 3 members survive for Orbit. And look at that, man. It's gonna tie it right back up. 14-14 going down the home stretch here. If someone's winning, it's the full 30 rounds. But looking likely we might just go to OT here.
Yeah, it looks like it. And actually, it looks like Agent is buying up as much as they can. They're going for the win. They're not going for the tie. So we see 3 FAMASas for them. Only 2 smokes and 3 flashbangs throughout the entire CT team. 2 kits as well. So if Orbit gets into an after plant position, they're going to be in a significant advantage. Agent needs to do some damage early, get some of these rifles and nades out of the terrorist's hands so they have a little bit easier round. They're setting up that long trap that we saw before. Base looking for Cash, gets 1, and then Spitty gets the trade for it, and now they're converging. Can he pick up 2? Spitty does pick 2, but then Crucial takes him out. So it's a 3-on-3. CT's doing exactly what they need to, getting a lot of these rifles and nades out of the hands of Orbit at a very low cost. But actually, both of those players at long were the only players that had nades for the CT, so Neto, the only one with a flashbang. He's short B, basically alone. Mike has worked up into B. He's calling for his teammates that it's clear, but Neto is still at short, and the remaining players for Orbit have to go through short. Mike clears it out for him though. Headshots Neto. So that's an open sight for Orbit. Agent on the rotate, and man, Orbit's mid round has been money.
Yeah, 3-on-2 now. We've seen them retake this site, but that was generally on even strength. This one's going to be a lot harder. And the CTs, where are they coming down from? We've got both of them going into, I'm assuming that's what you call graffiti over there?
Yes.
Yeah, nice. I didn't even realize it was back there, to be honest. But they even it up. They peeked that right away. That guy was so hidden away in the corner. So 2-on-2 right now. And Ultra's going to get another one. So coming in with the FAMAS, Sifix had picked up a gun and beep, beep, beep. Sounds like he's got it.
Wow, what a great retake by Agent. 2-on-3. Looked like Orbit had that money or had that round in the bag, but I think just kind of a boneheaded play by Mike S or his other teammates. You have a numbers advantage. Why are you pushing up to just get into a cheeky spot so you can get some lame kills where they're not looking at you when you have, one of the more crucial rounds in the match on the line? Agent looks like they knew he was there or just gambled that to just focus on it, and it worked out great. They focused on that guy. I mean, you're 3-on-2. You should never be getting into a 1-on-2 setup or situation when you're on up numbers. But Orbit gets the bomb down still. They're going to be able to buy up. They take middle very quickly, and Agent is just conceding all of that middle area and stairs. They're just letting him have it, and Orbit is running with it. They're running all the way through bathroom. And Agent, I don't think they're close enough really to hear all of that noise they made, so we don't see really a reaction from Agent, even though tons of Orbit players were moving around, jumping around, making footsteps, being elephants, just running around. Spitty jumping up. He's going to spot some of these players right now. Ultra and Base are together, so 3 players towards A, and oh, Manu just spammed Base right in the face there. I think his gun stuck out a little bit, and he was able to get some early damage, but we see Orbit all choked up right at B or at A, so it's going to be a little bit of a smoke execute here. See if they can get the bomb down, and Crucial's watching the flank.
Feeling that crucial role. His name's too easy. I'm going to have to ask him to change it. It's just makes casting too easy. 5-on-5, Neto here in the barrels. He's got Mike, and he actually will bring him down as he tries to get through that drain. He was just the lurk, though, the distraction. An Agent, as a result of that kill, are not going to have to bite on it. They find themselves in a great spot here for this round. It evened up quickly, but Spitty will get 2. The trades do come back out once again. The map win hinging on a 2-on-2 retake here for Agent. I mean, they were able to do the 2-on-3 last time. Can they do it again? It's actually the same guys, or at least Sifix is involved in this, and he still has that AK. Neto as well coming in,
Ooh.
Kaj's King will be able to bring down one, and Sifix just got lit up right there. This is now looking like we are most definitely heading in towards that OT scenario. He's trying. He's got to be the aggressor in the situation, but he can't do it. 15-15. We're heading to OT here. And, well, map 1 of 1 as this is CEVO main on Overpass.
Yeah, so nice nice recovery by both teams. I mean, wow, towards the end there it just got really hairy with how many money resets there were, and you know, these little half buys and stuff. Both teams able to scrap together some rounds where it looked like they just shouldn't have even won. So that's kind of the exciting part of amateur play. There's plenty of holes to exploit in everybody's game plan. And we're going into overtime, and I gotta give Agent the I'd say the advantage here. I think just on overtime in general, when you start on the CT, you know, a lot of good stuff can happen. And I don't think Orbit has too many crazy strategies there. It seemed like all their easier rounds were when Agent just didn't have enough utility to hold that middle area together, and conceded the bathrooms so that, you know, they can get real close to the site, do an execute, and very straightforward rounds. So we'll see Agent have plenty of money to work with. They'll have plenty of utility. Probably see them can try to you know, deny that middle map control for the terrorists.
Yeah, this actually seems like a pretty fun map for OT, right? Everyone's starting with 10 grand, so you're always going to have rifle rounds, and you'll start off with great money, right? So we can definitely see Crucial with an op in his hand every round, unless they are maybe to lose 2 in a row, then you probably can't afford the op the 3rd time. And with the money starting off great, we might see Ultra go for that op, because again, he had proven himself to be pretty solid with it, but the economy didn't support it for a lot of the CT side in that second half. For Agent, as we actually just wait for 2 more players here to ready up and try to get this thing underway. Basin Spitty. There was some alt chat before this started that he had to go feed his rabbit, and then someone was like, yeah, he's not actually joking, so I guess maybe that's what he had to go do.
Hungry little rabbits. Plenty of carrots, I'm sure. So, coming in, LO3's on, and we see the buy up here. Let's take a look at what everyone's going on. Expect Crucial with an op, you better believe it. Picks it up. That man's 33-19, just absolutely dominant. He actually, from his first half to his second half, average damage dropped 100 damage. So quite a dip in performance there, but hey, it's harder on terrorist side on this map. So we see Agent actually pushing 4 towards middle. They're definitely trying to deny this middle control for Orbit, and Orbit's going for it here. They smoke it off. They're very methodical, just trying to group up together, make sure that they're engaging in fights that, you know, favor them. So we're gonna see Crucial. He's peeking into this bathroom. Can he spot anyone? And Agent is just right around the corner.
Yeah, Crucial with that op. CT's not going for any of those scoped weapons, and Manu, yeah, took him a second because those stairs give him some cover, but does find that first kill immediately, though, answering back. Agent, they find 2 of them and a 3rd there. Spitty with a double. Sifix with that first kill of the round, and now it's 4 on 2. Agent in a good position on this round, the first of OT. 3 round halves and 6 per overtime. So that means you need 4. 19 is the number you're looking for on the scoreboard. For those that are maybe watching and not quite familiar with the rules of CSOT.
So where do we go from here? Agent successfully denied that area, taking down 3 players for Orbit. It's 2 on 4. Manu working up with the bomb at short A, and Mike S is at the complete opposite side at B. So Manu needs to just survive here, but he has bomb. He's shown Spitty. We're going to see Agent on the rotate, and Mike S is in a completely bad situation here. This is just bad Counter-Strike from Orbit. I don't know what Mike S was doing, just not doing anything for his team productive, and he's out of position, unable to help Manu. Manu probably engaged way too early. They needed to communicate together to group up, and basically gave Agent a very easy round there. So where do we go from here? We see that Crucial's definitely not going to be able to buy up an op. Looks like they can barely even afford him an AK. Unless it's thrown down already. Yeah, it's already been thrown down. My bad. So we do see a full buy round for Orbit here. See if they go for the same stuff. Sending 2 down the ladder, 2 middle, 1 at long B, and then Agent coming down the stairs themselves, pick up 2, denying that area, and man, Agent is just doing a great job denying map control. Now that they have the utility to work with, and they get those 2 kills back up, they're going to recede into a default position. This is high-level Counter-Strike, folks.
Indeed it is. Going back to that argument, man. That lower level in Europe. What it chalk up to the top NA. I'll have to figure that out. Spamming, wow, beautiful through the plywood there into the B site. Mike brings down Spitty. 4 on 3. What a way to almost even up the man advantage right there. Don't even have to see a guy. Don't take any damage for it either. And base is actually down at 52. And we will see 2 players in B here for Agent. Neto there by the drain. Base down in water. And that's where the bomb seems to be going with about 37 seconds on the clock.
And he got a pop flash there, so Neto got away from that long B. Got a look, definitely spotted the bomb there. So we're going to see Agent, yep, Sif is already on the rotate. They spotted on the radar. I don't know why Orbit's walking still. They've been, the jig's up, but Crucial gets that headshot. Oh man, touchdown grenade right onto Crucial's feet. Sif picks another one on a Mike S. And Orbit looking strong, or excuse me, Agent looking strong on the CT side of overtime. Tons of money to work with, tons of utility, and they're just doing everything right here. They're aggressing where they needed to, and I'm sure, you know, Orbit, after that second half, saw all that Agent, you know, gave them in terms of, you know, information of how their setups have been, and this is a complete reversal of what they've been doing. Agent felt very content just giving up those sites, like we were saying before, probably because he didn't have enough money. But I'm going to shut up. Orbit on the rush here, going through long B, already out, and Agent goes back into short, so they back up, they play the numbers game, and it's working out great. Picking up 2. Sif getting Mike S, and oh man, they're about to sweep
round? Oh, not quite. Yeah, getting all 3 rounds on the CT side. I mean, that's exactly what you want to do. Because you look at the map overall, and yeah, it's like maybe 9-6 for the CTs. Like, how does that equate when you got to squeeze it into just 3 rounds? I mean, 2-1, I guess, but getting all 3 is so nice. And now they're only going to need 1 on this T side, and let's see what they can pull out of their hats. And also, I mean, it's been a while, right? When you go into that OT, it was Agent on the CT side for the last half, and then their start of OT. It's been a while since Orbit have been on that defense.
Yeah, it really has been. So we'll see what's happening. I mean, Crucial was basically the magic man for that first half for Orbit, and now he's kind of, you know, receded a little bit. He's not having as much of an impact on the round. Looks like Agent's a lot more warmed up, and just great game planning for that overtime. Those pushes were money, and then they fell back. They played very passive that last round. Knew that Agent was probably going to do something desperate, and worked out great. They had a great read on it. So let's see if they continue to have great reads on this terrorist side. No ops actually for the terrorists, interestingly enough, but there is an op in Crucial's hands. He looks like he's using his long B spawn, and Agent is all over B. They're taking it middle. They're taking over short B very quick. Cash got boosted up there, gets an easy kill onto Spitty, and then just falls down. So early advantage Orbit.
Yeah, exactly what they need to stay in this. They give up 1 round and they're out. It'll be Agent taking the map away, and they're gonna get another. And who else but Crucial still alive? That's Cash King to fall. Crucial will actually miss a shot there, but able to fall back, staying alive. 4 on 3 now with the man advantage. They've actually got Manu rotating down. It will be Striker there, that A site by himself. And slowly, but I think surely, the bomb is making its way over there.
Yeah, so they've rerouted. They've gone away from the stairs area. They've gone into the bathroom. And it looks like all 3 of them are just going to go long A together. I like this, but if Orbit does anything to get early information over there, it'll be pretty bad for them, as they're going to get a rotate. So we see Striker, he's jumping up and down, spots them long, and they know it. So here comes the nades coming in. Striker is blind, rotates, coming a little slow here, but there's 2 players to deal with. It's Manu picking up Neto, and Sif gets trade onto Striker, but not Manu trades him right back. So it's only up to base. He's alone. 15 seconds to work with. He needs to kill Manu, but the rotate already in. There's 3 players in his face. Fake plant gets him a nice one-on-one, but Crucial comes up with that op, kills base, and Orbit part one of a 3-part series called A Comeback.
Yeah, the trilogy. And of course, if they make that comeback, we'll go to a second OT with, of course, the same rules. And actually, the sides will stay fixed. So it would be, well, yeah, it would be Orbit on the CT side again, then starting in that second OT. So that would be pretty nice. Crucial still with that op. And I mean, that was the big problem for Agent for the most part when they were on the T side. It was just running into Crucial with his op, or Striker would kind of get a 3K or a 4K out of nowhere. Orbit, once again, I mean, beautiful holds here. That player in barrels is still alive and buying so much time for Cassius King to just move forward. And now Manu with the last one. So 3 to survive. And now we're going into the last round of OT.
Yeah, the deficiencies of this Agent offense coming into big plays here. I mean, they just ran long, basically. Not a very, just playing simple CS, and Orbit crushed them for it. So we see how, how does Agent get this last round that they need? Orbit getting 2/3 of the way there now. Only need one more to keep the tie up. And Orbit not going to play pushed up middle. They're just conceding it. And 2 players in A, 3 in B. 1 playing up top, but it's Crucial with his op. And let's take a look at this is what Agent's doing. They're kind of doing a slow middle take. Looks like they went down the ladder, up the stairs now, just taking that middle area inside out, and see where they can go from here. Like we said, Orbit not playing middle or pushed up long, so giving plenty of time for Agent to move up, get what they need, and I think they have a great read on it. They're actually moved Crucial away from that B bomb site to op this A, and now Agent looking like they're just about ready to take the site. There's 3 players in the bathroom. Ultra doing a smoke and flash over from long. It's an A execute.
Yeah, it's still 5-on-5. The Molotovs go out, trying to slow this down, but Base and Ultra both getting the opening frags. They're Crucial with the op. And at that truck position, let's see, there's no grenades really to flush him out, and he's just going to keep on hitting these op shots. Cassius King now, they've actually taken the man advantage. There it is, even right back up. Neto is going to bring down Crucial, and the op is now finally gone. Bomb going down here in the default position. Ultra going to peek out, and Cash will shoot, but not quite spotted. I like it. Tries to drop that Molotov so they can't retreat out. One will actually go to long, and there it is! Agent! They will take it. They get 1 round on that T side, and well, we saw, I mean, how easy it was for these teams to just get those rounds together on CT, and, Agent finally able to just find the one that was needed, and they will win on Overpass 19-7.
Yeah, great job by both teams. That was about as close of a matchup as you can get, in my opinion. I think they both need to work on their offense a little bit, but well played to Agent there to close it out.
Yeah, definitely. And well, I didn't actually expect that to be so incredibly close. Like with the new Orbit lineup coming in, it looks like they've been putting in a ton of work. They look really solid. And Agent, I mean, just seeing those Lions UK guys, like I kind of expected them to take the win, but it was very close, going all the way into OT on Overpass. And we do have one more CEVO main coming up. CEVO main match coming up, excuse me. And that is going to be, if I could read, Recursive Esports versus Team LDLC White. And Recursive is actually Agent, so it's going to be Agent again. So don't have to worry about that game of being already started, because it couldn't have started without Agent. And we'll get to that in just a little bit, guys. But before we go, I'll remind you that you are watching here on MLG.TV. So stay tuned, and we'll have one more best of one match coming up.